for the PDP, what they are trying to achieve here is bank on the popularity of Funke Akindele, and it's kind of funny at the same time when you consider she was recently in the news for some.
You can
for
say
some,
it is fine.
Well,
Just say
her
it,
divorce
it's your
reasons
shade.
with her husband, the separation. Let me not call it divorce.
They're not divorced,
The
yes.
separation, and you want to ask yourself, is PDP in Lagos actually a serious party?
Hello everyone, good day and welcome to Paul's Hot Takes. For those who don't know what we do here, we simply give our different takes regarding trending topics and we give it to you hot as today hot. My name is Rachel Isaac and I will be hosting today's session. You guys know that I'm never alone on this show. I have here with me two interesting people. To my right, I have the beautiful lady, Ima.
Hi.
Ima. And I have a gentleman, I hope, to my left.
Wow.
Jidechi.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. You're
Oh,
not
now
proving
wash.
yourself now. You're not proving yourself. So are you a gentleman?
Well, I guess the show will tell.
Oh, now wash.
So how are you guys feeling this weather?
It's really cold in Lagos.
Yeah.
In fact, Lagos is not even the weather. It's the fact the weather is above us. It's not what is below. We are swimming.
I'm telling you,
We're
you
swimming.
How are you feeling?
Well,
weather?
I think it's only Ima that has been swimming.
You're still very
That's
native.
why you should.
Where
give
do
me
you live?
Proper
Where do you
locations
live?
in
Where do
Lagos.
you live?
No, let's not go into that.
Banana Island
Today
boys.
he doesn't want us to drag him. Speaking about dragging, so Nollywood actress Funke Akindele has been dragged on Twitter since the announcement of her nomination as deputy governor to the PDP gubernatorial aspirant Jandor was made. A lot of Nigerians are of the opinion that she is not fit to be deputy governor of Lagos State. So we're here to either agree or disagree to that fact. So what do you guys think about the dragging first?
I'm number one anti-dragging, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm always anti-dragging for, I mean, unless if it's necessary, like if someone commits a crime and then you need to drag them, fine. But as regards ambitions, again, Nigerians are very opinionated. So if you want to put out your opinions, put it out. But the dragging, the insults and everything, forgetting that that person is also a person who just wants what they want, to be honest. If everyone here had a chance to go for governorship or be nominated as deputy, even if you self don't have the qualification, you will probably accept it. You understand what I mean? So the dragging is uncalled for, but opinions, of course, should be aired with respect. That's what I have to say.
All right. So what do you think? Do you think Funke Akindele is qualified to be deputy
I
governor?
totally agree with what she said. It's uncalled for, the backlash that is happening right now. But when you talk about qualifications, I think that's what is the reason behind so many of the comments we are seeing on the internet. You want to ask the question, when did Funke join the PDP? We cannot even tell when, because as far back as we know, as at the beginning of this year, she was not a PDP member. And you're wondering, is this the best move? But I think for the PDP, what they are trying to achieve here is bank on the popularity of Funke Akindele. And it's kind of funny at the same time when you consider she was recently in the news for some
you can
for
say
some
it is fine.
well,
Just say
her
it,
divorce
it's your shade.
reasons with her husband, the separation. Let me not call it divorce.
They're not divorced,
The
yes.
separation, and you want to ask yourself, is PDP in Lagos actually a serious party? Like, you want to wrestle power off the ruling party that have been there for so long, and you're gonna bring somebody that have, do I call it a baggage? This kind of baggage in a country like Nigeria that can be very patriarchal, where it's almost considered that a woman that is not married shouldn't be holding this kind of office.
Or even worse, a woman that is divorced.
A woman that
That
is
means you have a
divorced,
failed
exactly.
marriage.
Or
Quote and
she's
unquote,
not
according to
divorced.
Nigeria.
separated.
Or separated,
You,
yeah.
you look at it and you're asking yourself, is this the best you could really come up with? But yet again, I would say I kind of see the reason why they did what they did, but it's still not enough reason to say she's good enough for a deputy governor candidate in terms of she being qualified. politically, I would say no, she's not.
Okay, so why would you say no? I mean, what qualifies a person? What would have qualified her for that position?
Funke does not have a ground in terms of politics in Nigeria. Is there? I hear she's from Ikorodu. Is there anything you can say she's done so far in terms of politics in her area? Is there something she has done in Lagos as a whole? Is there something she has done outside the entertainment industry, outside movies that we know her well for? Is there something she has done? And the truth is, you can't really call anything. When you talk about, when we hear things like structures in Nigeria, that is what you talk about in terms of qualifications politically. Do you have someone who can bring you the votes in terms of the wards, in terms of the local government? Can Funke actually assure you that? Because when you even think about it, Jandor is not somebody you would say many Lagosians know. So you want a running mate who you can actually leverage on.
Yes.
And as much as I would say they are trying to leverage on her fame in terms of the entertainment industry, how much of she can they leverage on in terms of politics? And that's why I would say I don't know how good this is going to be for PDP next year, considering the fact that they are second to the APC.
I want to ask a question based off what he said now. A lot of people think that the reason Funke is under fire is because she's female. And he mentioned patriarchy not too long ago. A lot of people say that when it was Desmond Elliot's turn, no one said a word. When it was Banky's turn, no one said a word. These guys didn't have any office prior to when we saw that we're running for the offices the office that they came out to campaign for. So if Funke Akindele were a man, do you think it would be different? Would it be less fire? Or do you think people would still stand or say the same thing that they're saying right now?
That's a very good question, to be honest. I think I'm very on the fence on this thing. So it's like I have points for both ways.
Yeah.
So yes, I do think that if it was a man, maybe the hit would have been less. But I do also think that these people, you have put examples of Desmond Elliot, you've put example of Banky as well, RMD.
Yes.
When those people were running, well, did RMD run in Lagos State?
No, he didn't run in Lagos State.
Three other other states, Lagos first. So
Desmond
and Banky. So Desmond and Banky, what positions did they start with? Exactly. It's not bad to transition from entertainment or from whatever to politics. It's not bad to do that. But I think one of the fears people have is for you to transition and be so ambitious.
Yeah.
You know, yes, people are complaining about the experience. People are worried, concerns about her experience is there, and those concerns are because of the position she's going for. If she started from Lagos, local government chairman or chairlady, whatever they call the female ones, or something, I think it would have been less. Do you understand? So you know that okay, she's had the grassroots experience, so she can go up. But also, I think that, you know, maybe I'm going too far. Maybe you probably have a question for this, but let me address it. I do think that people need to just chill. We need to open our eyes and look for other examples. We have Arnold Schwarzenegger that became the 36th or 38th governor of California State. And he transitioned from being an actor and being a bodybuilder, and he also had a business, of course, around all those things, and he became a governor. And if you look at reports, people call his run a successful run. So apart from the fact that politics is about strategies, if they want to leverage on Funke's fame to get Jandor more popular, that's okay, that's fine. But it comes down to other qualities that could have made them, because they could have picked any other female celebrity. Do you understand? What other qualities does Funke have that could have made them pick her? Funke is a businesswoman that has built a brand from scratch. She's in the entertainment industry. She's a lawyer. She did law school. So she built a brand from scratch in a male-dominated industry. She's a strong woman. She has a lot of power from nothing, from nowhere. Funke has a law degree, by the way. But having a law degree doesn't exactly qualify you. Exactly. But when these men transitioned, it wasn't buzz like that. Funke is transitioning not to become or not to start from base level, but she's literally going to be the second most important person in Lagos State, or the second most powerful person in Lagos State in terms of actual governance, not in terms of general power. So that's not shade again anyways. So I feel like it's fair to give Funke a chance.
You even have Zelensky of Ukraine, who is the current president.
Exactly.
No,
please,
comedian.
that's not really a great example. See where Ukraine is right now. That's not. I wouldn't even use Trump too as an example. So I just talked to Schwarzenegger for a particular purpose. So Schwarzenegger works, and I feel like it's fair if, first off, we need to get progressive. Drop this whole women thing, bro. Nigerians, Lagos should be the most progressive state in Nigeria, and we are still here talking about a woman. Come on, guys, relax. Let the woman try. She's not going to be the governor. She's going to be the deputy. So hopefully, the governor knows enough on how to guide, so that Funke, who is also a businesswoman that has successfully built a brand from nothing to something. Please, let's not talk about processes as well, but I'm just going to look general picture. Built a brand from nothing to something.
Yes.
So, sorry to digress again. There's something about leadership. It cuts across all sectors. If you have the leadership quality, which I believe leadership qualities are inbuilt, you are born with it. So if Funke invests the time and the effort in actually learning about governance, I would say maybe she might, do well as a deputy. Again, she's not the person exactly leading Lagos. It's Jandor, you're really
the right-hand person.
Yeah, she's the right hand, but
it's actually
the
as
deputy.
important.
Yes, as important as
I think it's just a case
governor.
of we are so used to
Important
my hands are
as-
tied right now that
Yes.
we think it's not as important.
It is as
It's-
important.
And this is
Yes.
something I think Lagosians are forgetting. I am not a Lagosian, and it's something I realized that shouldn't be a talking point right now. The fact that she is a woman. Let's forget the fact that
As progressive as
she's
Lagos
actually
is.
exactly. Lagos is quite a progressive state. Since Tinubu was governor of Lagos when he started in 1999, we've had Lagos have had female deputy governors. I mean,
yes.
Tinubu had one before she
Yes.
was chained for his second tenure. That was Fashola.
Fashola
had two deputy
yes.
governors that were female. Ambode had the female deputy governor. So when it comes to the issue of gender, the issue of sex, I don't see why it is an issue, except any other person is coming from my own perspective where you feel this woman is not qualified. Well, she does not have the political ground to be able to
hold that
because
office.
one of the things I'm actually looking forward to is the debates, the Lagos State gubernatorial debates, and I want to see
how she defends it.
how she
Do you know what I think? For a fact, I know that she would defend it, definitely. And what I'm about to say now, I hope that nobody misinterprets it to meaning that she is dumb. I'm just saying that anyone who can read and put scripts in their head can actually read. So it's not about having lines in your head. It's not about knowing what to say. It's not about
applying it.
Yeah, it's about applying it.
Actually,
so a lot of the thing is,
I will-
people are of the opinion that because she couldn't make her second marriage work, that she would not in any way contribute to the growth of Lagos State. So do you guys agree that her marriage, this breakup, might have affected how people see her as competent enough for this office or for this role?
I wonder where you're facing me. I think you should be starting from.
No,
Can I just say
from
this?
you. I want to start from
Okay.
you. I want you to go first, yes.
To be very fair, I think that's a line. To be very fair, I think that's an unfair thing to do. Yeah, that's a very unfair thing to do. When it comes to politics, it has nothing to do with marriage. Funke has led. She has a business. She's been able to grow something from nothing to a particular level, and I want to believe if she can do that, then she should be able to do the same with governance, and it has nothing to do with marriage. I think it's totally unfair, although I am of the opinion that the PDP bringing someone who is in the mix of such a thing at this point is actually a bad move. But I don't think it's something that should tell on the governance when and if she actually gets into the position. I totally think it's an unfair thing to do.
You, Emma?
People should just stay out of people's personal lives. You know, my inability, and I'm personalizing this, not that I've been married before, but my inability to sustain an emotional or intimate connection with one person does not or will not necessarily affect my ability to lead people. Let me just say this. Kim Kardashian has had a couple of failed marriages.
Yes.
But right now, Kim Kardashian is seriously contributing to society. She got a law degree and she's helping people who were wrongfully incarcerated get out of prison. Yeah. So are we going to say she's not going to be successful at that, or she hasn't been successful at that just because she hasn't been having successful marriages?
If she were a Nigerian and were to contest as deputy governor, would you vote for her?
Would I vote for her?
Yes.
That's $1 million.
Oh, you're thinking about it.
No, the reason. No, let me tell you why I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I know people have different views of politics, so this is my own view.
Yeah.
Again, is Nigeria. I'm on the news every day. Okay. Can I just say? And I've never heard anything about deputy governor of Lagos State. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I'm voting, great for you and your deputy, but now you are the vote for the actual governor.
Yeah.
So it's you I'm really looking at, because even if people, deputy governor is as important, but we all know that your mouth is shut until your governor tells you what to do.
Okay.
You can only like when you are having your meetings, your strategies, that's where your own sense can play. But when it comes to outside, what we see is the governor.
Okay.
So me, personally, I vote a governor, and I believe in the governor's choice of deputy.
Deputy, yeah.
So if you choose Funke, or if you choose Kim Kardashian, or if you choose some porn star or anybody safe, that's fine. But you chose the person. I believe in your lead. Peter Obi has picked somebody. People are still like, it's not the person that he picked that is the strength. The strength is the actual person who's running for the main office. So it's about trust. Me, I would have trust in whoever is the governor picking this person. But well, good luck to Jandor till.
You know that you did not answer my question.
Which one was your question?
You did not answer that question about Kim Kardashian, but it's okay. It's okay. Grand scheme of things, yeah. What exactly do you think that Funke Akindele will be contributing to making Lagos better? I don't want to say that why do you think the Lagosians think that she's not fit for that role? So I'm asking you as a person, okay, you're not a Lagosian, yeah, but you're a Nigerian. You live in Lagos.
I am a Lagosian.
So every
now.
decision made would affect you
before.
directly or indirectly. It shall affect you because you live in Lagos. So what do you think that Funke as governor would do, or how do you think it would change or impact the lives of Lagosians?
Deputy governor, actually.
Deputy governor.
I think before we jump the gun,
the
first thing we should be talking about is how, because the way I am looking at it, I'm looking at it from the party perspective.
Okay.
We have a Lagos state where the PDP is next to nothing. For now, it's all formalities. For now, it's just a thing. We need to get to the point where they can actually get to the position. And that's the way I'm looking at it. And that's why for some reason I feel it's not, I'm not saying it's a bad choice, but I think it's not a very good choice. But let's just say
it's being political. Such a political answer. It's not a bad choice.
That's why I want us all to be clear.
Okay, well, let me just go to what I was going to say next. If we are going to just skip to the point where they actually miraculously get the ticket and become governor and deputy governor of Lagos State, a lot will be required, to be very honest. Lagos is, to be very honest, not living up to the expectation that you would expect Lagos State to live up to. I found it weird that people were comparing, when they were doing compare and contrast Tinubu and Peter Obi. I found it very weird that someone would wake up in the morning and start comparing Lagos State to Anambra. Lagos State and Anambra State. How does that make any sense? So for you to be comparing Lagos to an Anambra State shows you that there is a problem already.
Okay.
Should we be comparing Lagos State to Anambra State or other major cities around the world? That is one of the things you should be looking at if you actually get the position as governor and deputy governor. You should be looking at roadmaps to which you can grow I mean, Lagos already generates one of the biggest revenues, but how can you actually turn that into something more productive for the states? Ordinarily, we are talking about the rains and how it floods in the states. Traffic is a thing.
Bad roads, power.
There's a lot to be done. So it's not a case of there's nothing, or you want to upgrade on what has been done. Nothing has been done. So it's like from ground zero upwards. How can you change these things? And to be very honest, it's not a question for me to sit here and be saying Funke and Jando do this. It's a question they should sit down and decide, how do we do this? And that's what you still have from now till next year to actually come back and tell the people this is how we are going to do it, and see if you can actually win them over.
So I'd like to disagree a little with that. I think that Funke actually has something very important to contribute. It's quite weird that I'm the optimistic person today. It's very strange. It's very strange that I'm the optimistic person. But I do think there's a big gap in Lagos, in Nigeria as a general, that I see Funke feeling. Not just because she's a woman, but because she's a creative. Nigeria has a booming creative industry that has been ignored by the leaders because they've never taken creatives seriously. Anybody over 50 probably doesn't take, or didn't grow up taking creatives seriously, taking actresses or all of that seriously. But what do we see today? We see Nigeria's music industry booming outside Nigeria. Those guys are out there doing big things. What does that mean? It means our creative industry, we have something. We've seen foreigners coming to invest, Netflix investing in Ebony Live, this. There's work going on.
Yes, there is.
So how is the government currently mobilizing creatives? How is the government taking advantage of the growth of the creative industry, which is really not even in their hands? Like, the creative industry is just growing because Nigerians are madly creative and great. Now, Funke having that experience as a creative, because they do have these conversations. I'm not sure actors, producers don't have conversations they have conversations about how the government can help them, although the government isn't. So she has that gap. She can feel the gap because she's coming from a place of understanding and experience in that field. She can possibly even give Lagos some form of creative tourism to invite, to bring more. She can give Lagos the insights to it, the numbers, how these things can be done, how they can support creatives to be able to make money for the state, for Nigeria. I think that's a gap. I think that's something that it can be widely explored. I don't know what works in Nigeria, but I know creatives work. So that's it.
Yeah, very fair point. All right, so we've said so much and we could go on and on and on talking about this. So if you agree or disagree with any of the points raised here, do let us know in the comments section below. My name is Rachel Isaac. This has been Paul's Hot Takes. I've been hanging out with Ima and... All right, so see you guys next time.